What is up, guys? My name is Ketmar. I'm the creator of Developer Habits, and this is my second live stream ever. And it's happening just after we finished with our project in a global hackathon. And if you don't know what the global hackathon. So basically what's been going on for the past, let's say 48 hours or past week is that there's this initiative which is a global hackathon trying to solve or tackle problems related to COVID-19 virus. And I was supposed to join as a mentor initially, but just before the event started, I realized that I really want to do some hands-on work, so I participated as a developer. And what happened there was it was crazy. There were different tracks related to, I don't know, economy, health, psychology, governments, and also education. Well, education is something I'm really passionate about, so I joined a project that deals with connecting students to substitute teachers, because substitute teachers at the moment don't have a job because they don't go to schools, and so this platform would connect them with students who would need some extra tutoring, and based on that those sessions could be carried out online, and so that's a win-win situation. Parents will win because they don't have to spend maybe that much time tutoring their children. Maybe they are not even capable of that. And the teachers also win. They are qualified teachers, but they just don't have a job at the moment. And just what I'm going to talk about now is what was the hackathon about, how we tackled it, what we built, and finally how we built it. I guess there are some tips I can give to developers who are planning to do something like that in the future. I'm just gonna check that the channel is public or the stream is public. Yep, it's public. Really, really good. So, anyways, if you don't, basically, if you don't know what a hackathon is, then it's an event where people come together, developers, product people, designers, content creators, actually people from any industry or any profession, and this the virus situation that we have going on in the world at the moment, at least in my social media and my kind of environment, has started this cool movement that people want to help and people want to make an impact. And hackathons is one of those ways where people, for example, in 48 hours build something tangible. And regarding our project, what we built, I'm gonna show you. This is the website. So as I said, it's a tool to connect students to substitute teachers. And this is our team. We had 8 people. We had cool hustler people, designers, people with some educational background or education field related background, marketing, and me as the full stack developer, and Robert, who's a junior backend developer. And we built this application, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to create an account, YouTube demo, random password, and I'm going to have random email. So At the moment, it's really simple. Basically, you sign up as a parent and you come to this page. You can select the different tutors based on the subject or price or grade. Like, if you find a suitable tutor, you click on read more, and now you can see some more detailed information. And when you think that's the right tutor, then you just book some time. At the moment, it's really primitive. Actually, it's not even sending information to the backend, although the login works and most of the information is fetched from the CMS that we have. And yeah, and now when you have booked a session, the tutor will get a notification that there's a session scheduled, and you as a parent also get like an email, confirmation email, for example. And now, like an hour before the session is supposed to happen, then the parties will get a notification. And also, if you log in, you can see that there's an upcoming session. And if you click on it, then there are instructions for how to connect. And these instructions should be created by the tutor or teacher. Our at least current idea is that we make use of third-party services to carry out those online sessions. So they can be like Google Hangouts or Google Jamboard or whatnot. But basically, yeah, that was the idea, that we connect people and give them instructions of how to use tools to carry out online sessions. About the hackathon and how we approached. So basically, when we started working on this idea, we all knew that we wanted to create some kind of B2P teaching online system. The initial idea was to have students as one party and older and more experienced students, people from universities, but also professionals doing those online lessons. But we thought that the scope of an MVP during a hackathon should be like really focused. So we spent tons of time to like throw away all the ideas that we don't need to build, that we can build in the future, and they probably could be useful in the future, but we really had to think what's the minimum viable product. And we decided that in the end it's gonna be the parent and a substitute teacher connecting in this portal. And well, when the parent applies for a session, then this child can jump in when the actual online session starts. And as you can see, visually, I would say, I mean, it's definitely not the best thing or best application you've seen visual wise, but still it doesn't look bad, I'd say, because well, there's some kind of logic here, like visual logic, and you have those nice hover effects, the fonts make sense and so on. So now I'm going to talk about the developer's perspective. When we started, like when we had the idea of what we want to build, then we started designing. And initially we were like, we wanted to make it really clear, like what's the UX flow going to be like, what are the components look like, and so on. And initially we thought it's a good idea, so it's easier for developers. But we saw that we had like, I don't know, about 16 hours left to build the application, and we still hadn't started building the web application itself. And so at some point we just decided that, hey, we actually have to start moving ourselves now, and we dropped like the design parts and just let the designer come up with the UX flow, but not do all the like details of a design. So you can see from here, for example, that here we don't have designs, we just have some cards saying what should be in that place. And as we didn't have much time, but we had to like bring in actual value, I decided that we're gonna make use of component libraries. And if you don't know what component library is, then basically it's a ready-made library that you can use, and it consists of different components you may need. And this is the one we used and design. It's a React component library that has like tons of different components. I mean, for example, I just chose a select, and it has many variations of select buttons. Like you can have, I don't know, with tags, single select, or if we take some more complex components, then for example, click or drag file upload. So you just download this. Component into your project, implement the backend side to it, and voila, everything works. And now if you look at those visuals here, the style of them, I'm going to show you one more component. Where is it? Yeah, it's a card component. See the hover effect, and you can just grab the content or code snippet from here, and you copy it to your project, and the result can be something like that. And the great thing is that it gives you the building blocks, but you can also apply your own custom styles. So I'm going to show based on our project what we did. And yeah, don't hit me. The code quality is really bad because we had to build this stuff in a really short period of time. And yeah, I slept for 3 hours only. So, but yeah, anyways, I want to show you the card example. So I have imported card from Ant Design, and I'm making use of it here. I've also applied this hoverable property, which creates the effect that you see here. That when I hover the card, the shadow becomes stronger. And inside, well, the card has its own sub components or sub elements that you can enrich in with the org content, but you can also have your own content here. So for example, this card content here is my own custom styled component, and this really unstructured content here also my custom styled components. So basically I am mixing up the components provided by the Ant Design library and my own styled components. And this is something we've done throughout the project. Like we have pages with both Ant Design logic, but also with just our own components. Yeah, here's an example of form. Again, during a hackathon you don't have time to build your own form, so it's so easy. You go to Ant Design documentation, you copy the codes, apply your own logic, and voila, it works. So that's really cool. But yeah, regarding the, building your own projects, if you want to, especially during hackathons, as I've said before, your goal should be to build something actual, like something useful, something that brings value. And I don't see any other way how you can do it, at least on the front end side, without using component libraries, because it gives you like the design, it gives you some kind of foundation. Also, if we take the Ant Design, then it gives you the layouts you can use, the grid, the spacing, the components, the typography. It gives you all the building blocks you need in order to build a functional front-end project. And by taking those front-end components, it's really easy to also connect them to your backend. And I don't remember if I showed you this before, but basically this is what our like whole architecture looks like. We have the public web, which runs on Next.js. It's a React SSR, and then we have a node-based headless CMS, which exposes an API, and then we have our React web application, which makes heavy use of ant design. And I can actually show you the sign up page, for example. Example of how we make use of the CMS. Just to give you more examples of how easy it is to use those component libraries. Upload component. It would take you hours to build your own upload with drag and drop, but here you just come here, you already have the React components for that. You can already you already have examples of how to implement or connect it to your backend, and so you just copy the code, put it inside your project, and voila, it works. I'm not saying you should do it all the time, but if you need to build something useful in a short period of time and you are not constrained by design, then this is one of the ways I would suggest you going. And as we had only 16 hours to build our MVP, then it was a no-brainer. We just had to go with it. But anyways, I strongly suggest you to participate in hackathons. It's super awesome. This hackathon was online. It was carried out online. I didn't know many of the people I collaborated with, but I dare to say we picked game friends. But even like, if there are hackathons going on, then usually you get to meet so many new cool people who just want to build stuff, and this is one of the greatest parts of it. And in the end, yes, you have those sleepless nights and you are tired. I'm tired at the moment, but in the end it's totally worth it, because you get to meet new cool people, you get to build something, and you get to see yourself how you perform under stress situations. And it's a great challenge to have. So to conclude, participate in hackathons, make use of component libraries if you want to build something in a quick manner, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions regarding web development, developer habits, whatnot, then leave a comment in the comment section below. Bye.